So I reckon I'm gonna...
My basket's on fire! My basket's on fire!
Oh. Next to last day, getting ready to get started up. Hopefully next to last day, that is. I do know one thing. This old boy is getting tired of a cotton picker. Having to work on this thing and adjust this thing and clean out these heads every single day. I mean, literally annihilates your hands, man. I got cuts. I got cuts in places I didn't know you could get cuts. I mean, my hands look like I fought Freddy Krueger in a life or death battle right now. You don't have that problem with the combine. I just hope this picker makes it through the next 2 days. I know I've got 3 sets of dolphin stacks down there that are getting very wore out, getting rounded off, and one of my units in particular, I'm having problems with 3 spindles on every bar just wrapping up. The only way to fix that is to take the dolphin stack out, take it over to Tennessee Tractor and let them grind it down until it's got a nice sharp edge on it. But that involves time. We got 74 acres left. It ought to make it. Just need to write it down on the repair list for next summer. Well, talk about a crap day. I made 1 round in the field back here on this farm, and Nate called me on the phone, heard Kelly screaming in the background, and she had a pretty bad mishap. The door on the module builder, the lever that closes it, somehow she got her 2 fingers pinched in between it, and I mean pinched in there good, and it literally almost tore her fingertips off right there. That first knuckle almost cut the fingertips smooth off. So this was about 11 o'clock. Made 1 stop, went to the first doctor's office where we thought we'd get the quickest results. They did x-rays and looked at it, and then sent us to a specialist across town, and then we were there for like 12:30 until 4:30. Anyway, got her x-rayed, and the very tip end of the bone is broke on both fingers, and then I mean her fingertips were sliced all the way down to the tendons. So got her stitched up, got her on some pain meds. She's headed back to the house to rest as comfortably as possible, as long as she's still in a ton of pain. But I gotta give props to Carter and Nate. They really stepped up, and they got that last 14 acres picked and modules built. Had the granddad out there to help them too, but I think he was primarily cutting saws, but he helped them out. But basically those 2 kids did the work of 4 people. Extremely proud of them. That was Carter's first time ever driving the picker. I had him get up here in the cab, and I showed him quickly what buttons to push and what to watch for and what not to do. And he went to town, and they got that 14 acres fixed. I mean, they got 2 modules built. I know we have a lot of grief with our kids sometimes. You know, they give us a bunch of headaches. But they're some dang good kids, and when push comes to shove, they will buckle down. They know what to do, and they got the job done. I mean, you can't. I mean, as a parent, can you really ask for any more than that? So anyway, we're done with that farm. We're heading back over here to Clanton, where we got our last farm of cotton. This is the Thrive on cotton. You know, we've already picked well over half of that farm. We got 60 acres left of just the Thrive on cotton, and we got just a little more than 1 day to pick it before the rain moves in. And we're down Kelly too for the foreseeable future. I don't task we're going to be able to overcome or not. But if you've been watching, you know our farm pretty well. That sure don't mean we ain't going to try. But anyway, with Kelly being out, I made the kids a deal. I said if they really pick up the pace and do more than pull their weight during Kelly's absence, we get done tonight. I got to run into Jackson and get Kelly's painkillers and antibiotics and other medication because it wasn't ready yet. I told them I'd stop by Domino's and I get them however much pizza they want. They accepted my offer, so it is game on. I want to slam them with as much cotton as I can and see just how quick they can work. We're in some long straight rows. I've got her pegged out in second gear, spick clean, putting a lot of cotton in the basket. This should be one of those times where I got to dump once every round. Well, it looks like I'm gonna owe the boys some pizza tonight. They did a mighty fine job. It looks like, let's see, we got 18 acres done on this farm, so that leaves us with about 43, 44 more to do tomorrow. That should be within reason. Anyway, it's about 8:45. It's starting to get pretty damp. I gotta shut the picker down anyway because I gotta get to Walgreens there in Jackson, pick up Kelly's medication before they close. So we're gonna get this basket dumped, shut everything back down, and we'll see you back out here in the morning. All right, guys, this is where we stand. We got 43 acres left today. Y'all really rose to the occasion yesterday. Did great. For that, I'm gonna give y'all double pay yesterday. That means about $100 extra. Do the same thing today, it'll be more double pay. Mom's gonna try and be out here at least some today, but literally all she can do is be in the tractor. That's all she can do. She cannot do any tarping, tagging, or anything. The only thing she can do is drive the bow buggy tractor. I don't even know if she'll be able to pull off a module. So that's gonna be on y'all. So 43 acres, the wind's gonna be picking up all day today. So I mean, it's gonna get harder and harder to top modules. So the sooner we get done, the easier it's gonna be. So that means when y'all have any downtime that you're not actually having to pack cotton, means you're running around making sure tarps are ready to go. So as soon as we get ready to pull off, there's no downtime. The more we can keep this picker running, the faster we're going to get done. So that means keeping cotton cleaned up around your module, running and helping each other out, having tarps ready to go, and let's get this done and get this done hopefully relatively early today.
Is that all we got left right here?
No, we just got there's a field across the creek too.
How much is that?
No, it's like 8 or 9 acres. All right, if y'all remember back from our first cotton planting video, this Thrive on Cotton is stewarded technology, and the cotton seed that comes out of this cotton is not approved for export, so we have to mark it differently so the gene can keep it separate and keep the seed separate, and the seed will go to a domestic market here in the U.S. mainly because Mexico hasn't approved it yet. All the other countries, to my understanding, have approved it except for Mexico, and there's a bunch of political stuff going on. But anyway, we got Thrive On painted on the module. We got our stickers on there. And we've also got the information on the tag. So, as long as the gin does their job, which I have utmost confidence that they will, all the seed that comes out of the cotton that we're picking here will be kept and stored separately, and will go to a domestic market so it doesn't get into the export chain and cause any issues down the road. We just got pulled off second module that we built last night. Carter's over there getting it marked. Going to put the stickers on there. Got the picker service ready to go. 43 acres to go. Let's get her done. All right, hopefully the last good morning from the cotton field to y'all. Hopefully. We're getting just a little bit later start than what I was hoping to. Last night, because I had to leave and get to Walgreens before they closed, wasn't able to get the heads cleaned out, so I added one more thing I had to do this morning. Plus there's a ford on this creek over here that we got to go across to get to the next field, and all my equipment can get across it pretty decently, except for my cotton picker, because my heads don't raise up that high. So I take the 4440 down there and do a little blading off to make sure we can get the cotton picker across there without knocking the heads off. But anyway, like I said earlier, we got somewhere in ballpark 43 acres left to do. With our normal pace, that could be a challenge, but I think everything's lined up. We're in big fields. I think everything's lined up to where I think we can get it done today and hopefully get it done in a reasonable amount of time. Kelly is going to be out here today. She realizes how important it is that we get done today before the rain gets in and delays us any farther. And I know she's still in a ton of pain. I mean, she almost cut her fingertips off down to the tendons. I mean, it was pretty gruesome. But she's got it all bandaged up, and she's going to be out here tough it out today. Going to keep her just strictly in the bolt buggy tractor. She's not going to be doing any tarping or anything like that. Not going to risk hurting her hand even worse. But she will be able to operate a tractor as long as she can deal with the pain. Because even though I got confidence that me, Nate, and Carter could get this cotton picked, I mean, it's going to require a lot of scrambling by all of us, especially with what this cotton's yielding. It would be really hard for one person to run both module builders and be efficient about it without holding the picker up any. So hopefully with Kelly being out here on the bolt buggy tractor, we can have Nate and Carter each on a module builder. And you know, it's going to be and the wind is predicted to keep on rising all day long, which is going to make tarping modules pretty tough. So the fact that Kelly's going to be out here and going to tough it out is going to be a really big help to us. Anyway, giving you the first look in the daylight at this Thrive on cotton, and right here we're in a bad spot. This is one of the spots that those three-cornered alfalfa hoppers just literally wore the cotton out when it was just coming up, and we lost a good bit of stand. But when you get out of spots like that and get to where we got decent stand, I mean, it doesn't look like much, but there's a big bottom and mid crop right there. It's just a top crop that just never matured out, and you know, just if anything, it cracked the top bolls open, but you know, we're just not able to get a lot of cotton out of that. But after seeing, you know, the development of this cotton right here, and what the three-corner alfalfa hoppers did, you know, I debated coming back in and spot planting it, but ultimately I'm glad that I didn't, because I mean, our first planted crop didn't have enough time to mature out, and I know for a fact that a replanted crop sure wouldn't have had, a replanted crop would have yielded worse than keeping a substandard original crop. There's no doubt about that. And then, you know, our only other option would have been come in here and either completely terminate the whole field and go back to beans. But money-wise, with what the rest of the field is yielding, money-wise, I made the right decision by sticking with cotton on this farm, sticking with this Thrive on cotton with this farm, because it's still going to make me more profit than what a soybean crop would have made. I mean, you look down through here, and I mean, we're 1,300 pounds. I mean, there's some good cotton. There's another one of those places that the alfalfa hoppers hammered. And as you can tell, this cotton is reminiscent of last year, just being laid over everywhere. Now for the few cotton farmers that out there that watch this channel, my opinion of the Thrive on technology. I think the technology is good. It is absolutely fantastic on thrip. We had no thrip pressure early season at all on this cotton, which at our northernmost latitude will definitely help us speed up maturity, and I think will definitely add to yield. As far as plant bugs, at most it reduced my plant bug sprays by 1 at most. And it really wasn't until later on in the season that my cotton scout felt that he could tell a difference in plant bug numbers in this cotton as opposed to my non-Thrive on that I had literally right here on top of the terrace and the rest of this farm. So it helped a little bit on plant bugs, but if you're wanting to Thrive on technology strictly for plant bug protection, it might be worth the extra money of the technology fee. It's really not going to save you a lot of work if you manage your cotton right. But I'm telling you what, it is lights out on thrips. So if you routinely fight thrips every spring right as the cotton's coming up like we do, it's man, it is fantastic on that. Well, you know, what we've seen this year is right along in line with what the universities have seen for the last few years as they tested it. You know, it does help on plant bugs. It's definitely not a complete control of plant bugs. So at most it'll save you maybe 1 to 2 sprayings. This year we always saved us, I think, 1 spraying. But that's about all you can expect out of this first generation of Thrive On technology. But I would imagine they're working on better technology in the pipeline. I don't know that for a fact, but I imagine it's going to be like the Bogard technology, that it continuously improves and offers better and better worm control as we go into the future.
Welcome to the last day of cotton, and it just wouldn't be our farm unless someone is injured severely. So I can drive a tractor. I can't get out and tar it, but I can drive a tractor right now. I don't know how long I'll last, but doing my best to help out. So accidents happen. Unfortunately, they happen on this farm a lot more than we would like. So I'm in a lot of pain, but I'll be all right. I'm a tough cookie. That was the worst pain I've ever been in a very long time. I'm pretty sure half of Jackson heard me screaming from the field to the emergency care clinic. And then when they injected my fingers with numbing medicine. It's not a good time, and I don't recommend it. It's gonna be a long 6 to 7 weeks, so. I'm gonna do my best.
Well, it looks like we might have a little assistance to get this season finished up next week, Kelly. Dylan just texted me this morning and said they're pretty much done with harvest and they'll be available to help. They'll be available to help next week. And I told him, well, do you want plant wheat or cut beans? And he said he sure wouldn't mind a chance to run that Draper head. So we're gonna try and make it happen.
I don't know if I can drive a semi-truck.
No, you wouldn't be driving a semi-truck. I'm gonna probably stick you in the grain car so you can keep track of weights and fields and everything. And I'm assuming Robert's gonna be out here too. And, I'm sure they'll probably swap up on combine and semi-truck, but they can do both of them as long as both of them can be out here.
How do I get demoted from semi-truck driver down the grain buggy? I don't even get to drive the combine? That's messed up, man. I got one freaking hand. I can use my thumb.
You were just complaining about thinking you're going to have to drive the semi-truck. Now you're complaining that you're being demoted? Ain't nobody being demoted. I'd rather be on the grain cart than the semi-truck any day.
Oh, what are we going to do about me?
Well, I'm probably going to have him tendering seed out to the field. Probably have him tendering seed out to the field for me, and we'll have him cleaning on the cotton picker in the meantime.
They have their own weeds to plant?
Oh, they already got their wheat planted. Just about everybody in West Tennessee's got their wheat planted except for us. Yep, that's right, folks. You heard it. There might be a little bit of crossover being here between our farm and Dylan Joyce's. Even though we're ahead of the game from where we were last year as far as getting everything done, I'm not going to turn down an offer of help if that means we can be getting multiple things done at the same time. Because, folks, to be honest with you, I'm tired. I'm burnt out. I'm just ready for this year to be over with. You know, it's just been one thing after another, and you know, this harvest is it's been hard on me and it's been hard on Kelly. If that means we can get done just 2-3 days earlier, have another 2 to 3 days of our off season. Hopefully maybe get just a little bit recovered where we can actually enjoy Thanksgiving. I'm gonna jump all over it. Alright, I want to show you this map here. I know it's hard to see with it blinking, but you can see a pretty distinct difference in yield. See a lot of purple right there, basically a straight line. Well, that straight line is a slough that goes all the way down the middle of the field, and everything on this side of the slough where that purple is, that's where the 3-cornered alfalfa hoppers hammered the cotton the most. And we didn't have a great stand. It definitely hurt yield. And then if you look at the ground, you see there's a pretty good bit of white, because when you got a thin stand with big robust plants, there's a ton of low-hanging bolls, and especially the way the cotton was blown over, you know, the picker just can't get down and get a lot of those open bolls. So, you know, it looks like there's a lot of cotton left on the ground. Realistically, it's not. But if you look over there, you can see the color changes. You see a lot more brown before we get to the next spot of picked cotton, and that's where the 3-corner alfalfa hoppers didn't make it over to. Yields were a lot higher, you can see on the colors, and there's not as much cotton left on the ground either. So number one lesson from this, if you grow and thrive on, just because you know you're not going to have to worry about thrips, that don't mean that there's not some other pests that can't move in and cause you concern. That's what we found out this year. Normally, I mean, you don't even scout for 3-cornered alfalfa hoppers because they're not a problem. Thrips are the primary problem, and when you spray for thrips, well, you're going to control the alfalfa hoppers too. So just let that be a lesson that you get rid of one pest, there's going to be others that move in to take its place that can definitely cause you some economic damage, just like we found out this year. All right, got 4 modules down on this farm. I think we got at least 2, possibly 3 more. All right, we're going to venture across this forward. Hopefully we make it across without dragging these heads or anything. You can tell I bladed off some right here because there was a hump coming up out of the creek up on here, and then especially on the other side there was a pretty big hump that never would have made it across with this picker. So hopefully I got it knocked down enough and we can get across without any problems. So you can see, even though I knocked the hump down, see it, there's still dragging a little bit. Oh, see that unit moving? All right, now we're coming up out of it. Barely did make it there. You gotta be real careful with these heads because the cabinets on them that hold the units and everything, kind of fragile, and if you bang it and drag it or catch it and twist it, you can warp that cabinet, and then nothing in there lines up, and you've got a whole unit that needs to be scrapped, which is, as you can imagine, is pretty big bucks. All right, we got a long narrow bottom here, probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 acres. It goes all the way down there up to there. Looks like some pretty good, pretty mature bottom. This was the best looking thrive on I had all year. Alfalfa hoppers didn't hurt this near as bad over here.
Almost 3 o'clock. We've just now crossed the creek. I know Matt's got a few acres left over there. Current situation. Flipping myself off. This is painful. All the numbing is wore off now, and there's really no comfortable position whatsoever. The doctor said elevation is salvation to saving your fingers, but really, maybe you should just cut them off. 800 milligrams of ibuprofen ain't touching this, and neither is Tylenol. Because we live in a wonderful state where people abuse pain medication for a living. I cannot get pain medication for this at all. They don't give you anything. It's freaking pathetic, and it's the world we live in. So I'm just gonna try and make it, because I don't know what else to do. If I sit here and paint, I'm gonna sit at home and paint. So this is stupid and becoming a little unbearable. But God, make up for yourself. We're on like number 6, I think. 7, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on number 5 and 6. I'm trying to drive one-handed and film at the same time. I'm trying to even out the score between the boys, so I'm not waiting. They're more along the lines waiting on us. So we got our Thrive On tickets on our modules, so they know that this is different. It's not for export. It has to stay here in America, which honestly I think is a fantastic thing. Why do we gotta send everything overseas? Looks like I got one kid sleeping in one tractor, and there's probably another one sleeping in another one. They worked hard yesterday though, so I'm proud of my boys for stepping up. Nate was extremely compassionate yesterday during everything. He's my kid with the giant heart and the compassion. He could have been a nurse and been a really good one if, you know, he could stand that squeamish stuff. But I guess we're gonna figure out next week. Next week. I just want to get today done and go home. Oh my God, this is painful. Oh God. Freaking hate you, module builder. I hate you. Oh, I hate those doors. I hate you. I would like to throw you off into a ditch somewhere and watch you burn. That's how I feel about it right now.
Well, guys, I reckon this is probably going to be your last pass of riding in the picker with me for cotton harvest. No, we're not done. We still got this area right up here. But I believe for that, I'm going to turn it over to Carter. You know, he did a fantastic job getting that 14-acre farm picked for me yesterday. And, you know, tell you the truth, you know, we haven't gone into it, but the kid has had a really rough year. A lot of things that happened to him that he can't really control. Some things that have happened have been his own doing too. But he's 14 years old. He's had a really tough year, and you know, we just don't see the smiles out of him like we used to. And anyway, I know outwardly he's not going to show it, but he really wants a chance to run this picker again. He's kind of been hitting at it all day, so anything we can do to encourage him and make him feel like he's needed and wanted, you know we're going to do. And I don't know how many acres we got left over there, maybe 9-10 acres or so. I'm gonna let him carry it home for cotton harvest. So I don't know if he'll do any recording. He'll have the camera in here, but he's gotten to the point that he just really don't want to be in front of a camera. And you know, if you've been a parent of teenagers, I'm pretty sure you got a pretty good idea of the kind of stuff we're talking about. So anyway, you know, him and Nate both, I mean, have been working their tails off over there on the module builders. You know, they did a fantastic job for me yesterday. And I know Carter really wants a chance to run the picker again, so I'm gonna let him do it. You know, anything we can do to encourage him, I think he'll be well served for us in the long run. So I reckon I'm gonna.
My basket's on fire! My basket's on fire!
Get the water wagon, spray it down, or have Nate get the water wagon and spray it down. I'm running over there. Freak. That's not what we need. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Don't see smoke. Oh, it's all the running I got.
Even though I went across the same way.
Is that oil or water?
Everything.
I don't know what it is.
I called it from sitting up there. All I seen was this massive black smoke, and it looked like
It was
a-
spraying everywhere.
All right.
It was just spraying.
It's hydraulic fluid.
Yeah.
All right, so no fire, but this is out of commission.
I bet I caught the rocks on the back end.
Probably so.
Well, I mean, I went over it 17 times, and every time I would go across a different way, but what was I supposed to do?
You know, half the side of that mock build is covered in that too.
The what?
Half of the mock build is covered in that.
Where's she? Go up there and work whichever lever you were working so I can see where it's coming from.
I can't turn it on. It won't let me turn it off.
What?
It's flashing the red signal, stop, stop.
Get out there where Mom can see you. Tell her to work whichever lever it was. Oh! Yep. That's gonna be a problem. Well, thankfully there's no fire. I can see how they thought it was fire. That hydraulic was spraying out everywhere. It probably looked just like smoke, but Bull Buggy is definitely out of commission. So I can fix it, but all the parts places are closed. And besides, with what little we got left, it's just gonna be quicker just to dump into the module builders with the picker itself. Won't take longer, but we got a nice wind blowing. We don't have to worry about getting wet tonight, at least until the rain moves in. So that's what we're looking at. All right, well now I guess I got another good reason to let Carter drive the picker, because I'm gonna have to mess with that. Kelly says the tractor won't move or anything and throwing like codes and stuff. Most likely because probably out of hydraulic oil. Because that, ooh, come on baby, make it. Probably most likely because the line that broke is the one that lifts the basket up. And it's I got two cylinders, and we're fortunate that because it lost pressure in one of those cylinders that it didn't collapse the other cylinder and tear it up. So we got really fortunate. But with it being up, I mean, it was spewing out oil like you've seen until the basket got all the way down. And probably drained the hydraulic oil on the tractor. So I know we don't have enough on the service truck to fill it back up, so Nate's gonna have to run back, get some more hydraulic oil. I'm going to put it in, and the best thing for Carter to be doing is operating this picker while I'm trying to do all that. Nate's getting oil, I'm trying to run module builders and everything else, because there's really not much of anything that Kelly can do out here anymore with her hand the way it is. So it's gonna be a circus. Trying to get, I don't know, it looks like probably about 10 acres left maybe. We'll get her though. It might be late tonight or well into the morning, but we're gonna get it. This cotton coming out today. Think you can pick the rest of the cotton?
Yeah.
You sure? You're not tearing nothing up, because I can't have nothing else tore up. No.
Take it
So
seriously.
you really think you can do it?
Yeah.
All right, what we need to do, if you can get Grandpa to help you, you and Nate pull off this module and the other one, get these, get it positioned over there close to where you're picking. I'm gonna try and fix the buggy. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to or not. I'm gonna try to fix the buggy. So once I figure that out, I'll let you know if you're dumping in the buggy or if you're gonna be dumping in the module builders. And there's a camera in the picker. Please record a little bit of you, of you picking, and then when you get done, be all excited that we're done with cotton harvest. Think you can do that for me?
Did you already get down over there?
Yes, I'm done over there. All we got is that over there. You can pick that in second gear.
Oh, I've been doing that.
And it's going to start getting damp, so be very careful about the heads choking up. Listen for that sensor, okay?
So that just broke permanently. One of the main hard lines to raise the basket and lower it. So, and now the tractor is out of hydraulic fluid, so it's stuck here and I'm just a sitting duck, I guess. Guess there's no point for me to be out here anymore. And I'm miserable. So I guess if Matt can get this going, I can drive it home and put it in the shop. And then I can attempt to find something to knock me out so I don't have to feel that anymore. Highly recommend don't smashing your fingers and slicing them open. It's not a good time. It's not a good vibe. So
all right, we're not totally out of the game yet with the bowl buggy. Got the pipe off. That's where it was cracked. It actually broke the pipe off completely when I tried to unscrew it. So got two options. That pipe that goes underneath the bottom where it's broke off, it's long enough to where on the other end I can slide the pipe forward, or I can slide the pipe rearwards, and if I got the right size die, then I can retap those threads onto some good pipe and put this back on, and we'll be back up in business. The other option is that looking at it, that line is not the one that actually raises the basket on the bowl buggy, it's the one that actually lets it down. And well, we can use gravity to get it down, so I really don't know why oil was spewing out of it unless it was just residual pressure in the line. So I'm thinking we might not even need to fix this to be able to use it tonight. We can just put the hydraulics in float and let gravity pull the basket down. We'll lose a little bit of oil until the lines are completely empty, but it should still function. So first things first, I'm gonna try to fix it right first, and then if that don't work, we'll go with plan B. All right, we are in. Look, I do have the right size pipe thread die for this pipe. However, I don't know where the arm is that goes on this. Now, one thing is another. Anyway, I don't know, I might be able to just put that on there and get it started by hand and then use a pipe wrench around it. Might kind of booger up the die a little bit, but that might give me enough leverage to go ahead and thread new threads onto the old pipe. But first, because I don't have another elbow, I've got to get that broken section of pipe out of there first. So if I can't do that, well then there's no point even trying to fix it, because I doubt I've got another elbow that size. It's not gonna work. Don't have an easy out big enough to get that pipe out. I tried hammering in a square key stock in there, and it wasn't hard enough to bite down in there, just round it off. So I tried welding a bolt to the pipe, and I mean the pipe was flush with the fitting, and apparently I welded to the fitting itself too. So I'm wasting too much time. I'm just going to have to call it quits on that, and we'll go to plan B and keep our fingers crossed it works. Plan C, we just dumped the picker in. We just dumped the picker into the module builder. At least we got multiple options though. All right, we put some more hydraulic oil in there, but like 12 gallons, barely got it up to the low level. So we got the hydraulic line right here that goes to the top. That's the one that presses the basket down. We've got it unhooked, so we'll try raising it, see if that'll work. All right, Kelly, start it up and then try to raise the basket up. If you hear me yell really loud, you'll know to stop. It's fine. It's not going to be under pressure. It shouldn't spray anywhere. All right, come on, baby, work. She's peeing everywhere. Once we get the oil worked out though, we'll be all right. All right, we should have all the oil worked out.
This hot just ruined.
No, it's not, it's all right. All right, put it in float to go down. Don't go down, push it in down, put it in float. Oh yeah. She working all right. All right, go up again. Oh yeah, we in business. All right, down, float. We are back in business, yes. Although I have my doubt that anything's going to grow there for the foreseeable future. All right, just to give you a lesson on hydraulics, this line right here going to the bottom of the cylinder, there's a big piston in here, and oil flows in here and pushes that piston that way, which extends the cylinder. And then where that other line went up there at the top, the one that was actually broken, when you want to reverse the cylinder, oil goes in that way and oil comes back out that hose. But because we have gravity on our side, gravity can force that cylinder back down, so we actually don't even need that line. I mean, this would function just fine as a single acting cylinder, but having a double acting cylinder gives you more control. But for the time being, a single acting cylinder will get us by tonight, and then got all off season to fix it. Now, if it'd been any other line that blown, if it'd been this one, we'd be out of business. If it'd been any of these lines that operate the hydraulic motors, we'd been out of business. Fortunately, God's smiling on us, and it was the one line we could afford to lose. Ah, crap, apparently the lights on the picker are still giving us problems. I got to fix that connection in the fuse block this off season. The connections where you plug the fuse in just about burn up. Man, sounds like he's got it choked up. Well, his fuse burned up. Gotta go get another one. I got one in the service truck. He said he ain't scared to pick in second gear either. Oh, look at Carter go. If I get my job back again, if he's still homeschooled next fall, we might have to find a school to put him into. For you older John Deere fans, here's a little 4440 action for you. We need to put some LEDs on the front like Dylan Joyce has got. We got them on the rear. All right, let me assume my position and see what we look like. All right, so yeah, about a basket and a half in here maybe. And Carter just dumped over there. It's tough to tell how much he's got left. I don't know if we're gonna try to fit it all in this one module or make two small modules. I'm gonna wait for him to pick the next basket, then I'll see how much he's got left and make that decision. Well, this kind of reminds me of when I was a kid, too young to run the picker, but I could be up here on the module picker. But I could be up here on the module builder, and ain't nothing better than watching a cotton picker run at night. All right, here comes Kelly with a load for me. I tell you what, I couldn't be more proud of the people I work with. The last 2 days, I mean, they've really gone above and beyond. You know, both my kids, you know, Nate really taking on, really stepping up on his job. You know, Carter doing the same thing when he's running the module builder, and then the picker. And then last but not least, you know, Kelly being out here with 2 broke fingers, fingertips almost sliced off. Yeah, she's out here on the tractor running it. I mean, that just goes to speak just how tough of a, heck, she's tough regardless of whether you're talking about a man or a woman. There's a bunch of men that wouldn't be out here doing that. Just really proud of the people I'm working with, and not only that, everybody out here is family too. You know, that means a lot. Even though this has been one of the most stressful harvests I've been through, several years down the road, I'm gonna look back on it with a smile on my face, and you know, to see how our family pulled together with everything that's happened this year, and we got the crop out. I mean, you can't put a price tag on that. All right, let's see if I remember how to do this here. It's been a while. Uh-oh, he stopped. I see him cleaning out the number 6 head over there. Looks like he had a choke up. Oh, he's learning all the joys of running a cotton picker. Let's see if he can figure it out for himself before I run over there. Well, looks like he got it back going again. Let's see how much you got left. I know you ain't eating all my candy. Get it done. I'm trying to decide whether we'll build another module or not.
Yeah. It's gonna be a small one though.
I don't think you got enough. Tell Mom on the radio, tell her we're gonna try and fit it all in this module.
Dad said we're all gonna
fit all that in here. I'm going to have to pack the heck out of it. I believe that may be his last pass right there. There he comes. I believe we may be done. I believe we may be done with cotton 2022. Let's see if we can fit it all in here now. There's the last basket of 2022.
And just like that, cotton harvest is done with a broke bull buggy, a tractor that won't start, and Kelly with 2 broke fingers. Now I could go home and rest and take care of this hand.
All right, guys, that is a wrap on cotton harvest 2022. Boy, that's a big load off my shoulders. Right before the storms get here, the slowest part of harvest is now done. Now after this rain moves through and it dries up, we're gonna focus on getting our wheat planted and our double crop beans cut. Both those things will go a heck of a lot faster than cotton harvest. I tell you what, we finished cotton harvest on a big one. I don't know if the module truck's gonna be able to pick up that module or not. It was big. There might have been 22, 23, 24 bales in there for all I know. Just a little bit of misjudgment on my part. We should have made 2 of them. But regardless, it's done. It was definitely a rewarding cotton harvest, but by gosh, it was one of the more stressful ones I've been through. I believe this is the first time we've been done picking cotton before my birthday in quite some time though. Anyway guys, we're gonna get this equipment moved back home tonight, and we'll get some shut-eye. I believe I just might sleep in the morning. Anyway guys, I'm gonna get on home. I'll end this video here, And I'll see y'all in the next one, whatever it may be.